Hi everyone, this is our project, The Submarine by Vaishnavi and Ananya. So first, we have the introduction of our project. So initially, I was very interested in designing something underwater or a vehicle, and we both had ideas listed like parts of a machine or everyday objects that would be helpful. But at last, we finally figured out that a submarine would be very interesting to design, and we also liked the multi-uses of it too. We also wanted to design a very durable submarine, which was requiring less cost and also less chances of water leaking in. And we also found it interesting how people use submarines for wars, not just for people's entertainment. So next we have a problem statement. And our problem statement was leaks within a submarine are one of the greatest dangers of this transportation method. With the increasing water pressure due to the submarine's depth, one leak can impose a threat to the submarine crew. With every single mile that the submarine emerged in, every square inch of the hull would be pressed on by at least 2,500 pounds of force. Additionally, submarines typically take 5+ years to build and cost millions of dollars to build, occasionally hundreds of millions of dollars to build. We hope to tackle these issues by creating and testing submarine replicas. So we wanted to research materials and minimize the cost of building a submarine with also making sure it was effective and not sinking or having any leaks under any pressure the submarine was put in. We ended up doing a lot of research and we found out that submarines have always been impactful a mode of transportation, whether intended for military purposes or for tourist attractions. In fact, the US itself has over 65 of the largest submarine fleets, second to China, which has around 800. Militaries use submarines to patrol ocean water and attack enemies' ships during wartime. And typically when submarines are no longer used for national protection or military intentions, these fleets become tourist attractions, either by offering transportation tours or by creating a museum out of the submarines itself. So with some research done about the dangers of submarines, we found that in August of 2000, a Russian submarine called the Kursk faced a leak of high-test peroxide that triggered a warhead explosion. The submarine was flooded by high water pressure and killed almost the entirety of the 114-person crew, with only 23 survivors. This was very shocking because people spent many hours testing these submarines and spending millions of dollars, thousands to millions of dollars, and it still somehow failed while it was immersed underwater. There have been many cases like this that have been reported, and me and Ananya wanted to do something about this issue. So we found that submarine leaks can occur for a variety of reasons, some being accidental and some being technical. In the past, technical man-made explosions created leaks in the submarine that caused floods, or the submarine structure was unable to withstand the exponentially increasing water pressure. Submarines usually have two hulls of metal. The outside tends to be waterproof, while the inner one, the pressure hull, which is stronger and resistant to water pressure. But technical problems can still occur and things can still go wrong. So for our solution, we came up with utilizing Onshape as our primary designing tool. Our 3D model replica of a submarine should allow the structure to float as well as travel underwater with no water leakage or damage. With this, our model should have no gaps or holes to ensure this. Our submarine should also remain impermeable during underwater travels. Adding propellers that work with an engine will ensure the submarine travels at a relatively fast pace. We also hope to maximize time, material, and financial efficiency during the design process. So materials that can be used in real life would be thermoplastics, FDM materials like PLA, PETG, and nylon. So now we have splitting the work between me and my partner Ananya. So I would be doing the design model, the inspiration story, 3D modeling on Onshape and also adding details at the end of our design. And then Ananya did the ideation sketch before we started 3D modeling. She found a lot of background information about the leaks and many stories about many accidents that happened with submarines, and also testing the model and adjusting any minor or major details, and making sure the submarine doesn't have any holes or any way the water can get in. So next we have challenges that we had to overcome. So we both agreed that there were many challenges to overcome, and we both knew that managing time would be difficult because we have a lot of other things to do, and also coming up with a whole idea in a short amount of time is never easy. And it was also difficult because we both are in different time zones right now, completely opposite, and it was hard to communicate, but I think we still communicated really well and worked on it together to overcome these challenges. And also the complex structure of our design was difficult at times because sometimes using Onshape was hard to add different parts of the submarine, like the propellers, for example. I found that difficult, and my partner Ananya also thought that as well. And adding details was also hard because of the amount of time we had, but since we worked on this together, we both did a little part of each detail. Also, sometimes it was confusing designing our model because when we, for example, extruded one part of the submarine, it wouldn't extrude in the right way, or unexpectedly something else goes wrong. Lastly, we noted down sketching. The initial thought of the design was difficult because we didn't know what design would fit our description and would be most durable. But regardless of these challenges, I think we both communicated really well and overcame all of these challenges to finally finish our project. So this is a picture of our ideation sketch, and as you can see, we added fan propellers and the motor propellers, the hatchet, the periscopes and signals, and then the main body of the submarine as well. So this is our final model of the submarine, and as you can see, there are a lot of details added. Like if you look at the top view, you can see every little box and circle we added to try to make this as realistic as possible. So as you can see, these are our propellers, the main engine propellers. The hatchet is located right here, and these are the periscopes and signals, and these small parts are the fan propellers. And this is just to show a 360 of our model. Overall, I'm very proud of the design that we made because it took a lot of time and effort, and I think we perfected it to the best we could. And we both do believe that this looks very realistic, and we both put in the same amount of work and time as well. With the materials that we listed, I think this project would be durable and also affordable, so I do think this project or design was successful. Thank you, everyone.